Hi guys, welcome back. We're going to just try the rocket for the first time 2 up, so see how it likes a pillion. So there's plenty of room, join us. Alright, when you're ready. Just check your right foot. Here we go. Okay, so we're a couple of days into ownership now, and this is the first opportunity we've had to get out 2 up and see what the rocket's like with a pillion on. Everything has been absolutely great up to now, can't really fault it. So yeah, let's see how we go. Nothing too special today, just a ride to a local cafe and a bit of lunch. So we'll give you a bit of a slant on you know, how the Rocket GT copes with 2 people. So I've got Angie on the back, Mrs. Handlebars and Holidays. Are you there, Angie?
I am here.
She is, and she is a camera operator today as well. So she can give you a little bit of a pillion perspective. I'm not sure whether she's just filming the back of my head at the moment or not. No. Or what? No. So she can give you a bit of an idea of what it's like to be on the back. Interestingly, when I was researching this bike, I found it very difficult to find any sort of reviews. There was I found one review where somebody had talked about the pillion on it. That was on the back of an R, so I couldn't find anything about pillion riding on a GT, and obviously the GT is kind of built for it a bit more. So it'll be interesting to see what we think of it.
Seems comfy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We the Harley, which it looks like there's a sale pending on, by the way. The Harley was a little bit more squishy in that there wasn't a great deal of distance between you know, the rider and the pillion. So basically my back and Angie's belly were kind of squashed together a bit. But the breakout is really fundamentally designed, I suppose, as a one-person bike. Well, this is certainly a little bit more geared for 2. Fantastic fold-away rear pegs. I think that's a brilliant idea. I'll do put a little separate clip in and just show you that, or some photos or something in the edit. But yeah, that's a brilliant idea. How are you finding the backrest, Angie?
Comfy.
Is it in the right place? Would it feel a bit better if it was higher?
No, it feels fine there. Try it higher after, but yeah, it seems fine.
Okay.
Only needs to stop you sliding off, doesn't it?
Yeah. Call and pick up a bit of juice. This will be the first refuel. We're still running on the fuel that the dealer put in. Free fuel. well, it's hardly free. It's a lot quieter than the Harley, isn't it, Ange?
Yeah, it is. A little Millie likes to go and play on that park.
Yeah, that's one of our granddaughter's favourite spots.
And that's another one.
Another one of our
get some chippies.
Another one of our favourite cafes. It's funny, isn't it? As you get older, life tends to revolve around things like favourite cafes.
Food.
Yeah. Yeah, now sex is basically a thing of the past.
Oh, is it? There you go.
Was that an overshare?
Time for change then, obviously.
Something just bleeped then for some reason. Don't know what that was. Oh, it's because I went off course. Do you want to just hop off, babe?
Love to.
Oh, steady.
God. Sorry.
Okay.
Not got me balance then. An orange Mustang in the car park over there.
Oh, yeah. Who'd want an orange car?
Who's had an orange car?
Okay.
It's quite sparkly, isn't it? Don't see anybody else doing things as carefully as you, babe.
Well, that's because they're wrong and I'm right. That's filled up quite high.
Here he comes.
Dun 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 dun. Okay. Woo! Just rolled back then.
I thought you said it had an anti-roll on it.
No, he rolled back.
Oh right, sorry. I thought.
You've got to click. You've got to click the front brake twice to stop it rolling back. Oh.
I see.
We'll just do one little boring section on the freeway just to get down to Hepburn, I think. Ah, bugger. The sensors are working.
Yep. Well, you always take them with you wherever you go, don't you?
Yeah.
Not just on your bonnet of your car.
So we're very much in the running in period at the moment. We've only covered just over 100 k's, so the first 500 k's have got to be very, very gentle. So yeah, 110 we've got on the meter at the moment. You're not supposed to go over 4,000 revs, but you can't can't do 4,000 revs in anything above the first 3 gears, or you're speeding anyway. So I suppose it's really just a case of the old not sitting at constant revs. It's always the way I've run bikes in, don't sit too long at the same revs, too high or too low. But in terms of an initial impression of having a pillion, I really can't tell Angie's there. No, you really wouldn't
I think you're
know
just being nice, aren't you now?
No, honestly, I can't. Big heavy bike, you don't really feel the weight.
Big heavy weight on the back.
Big heavy wife on big heavy bike. So yeah, it's I suppose if somebody is considering a rocket, it very much depends what you're coming off. You know, if you were coming off a little blooming CB 250 or something like that, it's going to be one hell of a shock to the system. But if you're used to bigger heavy bikes, the weight's not going to be an issue for you, and the way that this handles and moves and the ground clearance and everything else is so nice, and I can't see anybody having an issue, and it feels like it's going to be quite a nice sort of weekend two-up bike. I have ordered the sports panniers. I'm not sure just how long they'll take to come, and also the shift assist, which is basically the quick shifter. So that's going to be very interesting. I've never had the MT's got a quick shifter on it that just goes up, but I've never ridden a bike with a quick shifter that goes up and down, which should make for some nice lazy riding. But the seating position on this GT is just really nice. It's just a nice comfy feel. Feet are in a nice position, they're not too far forward. My trousers aren't blowing back up my legs in the wind, which is something that can be an issue. I think my first Harley, the Fat Boy, because I tended to rest my feet in a particular way, it made the wind go up your trouser leg, and it was forever blowing your pants up and showing everybody your socks. But it doesn't do that. It's just a nice position. Everything's staying where it should be. So we're 10 past 11 and it's currently 24 degrees according to Triumph.
Beautiful day, isn't it?
Perfect.
Well, on with that extra lane.
Yeah, we've got an awful lot of roadworks going on at the moment, local. This is obviously the main freeway, and they're widening it, and they're extending it, and it's causing a load of shit at the moment, but of course in the long run it'll be better. Are you there, Ange? Angie? I might have lost community. You there, Ange?
Hey? Oh,
You can't hear me, can you?
No, has it stopped working? Is that what the bleep was?
So I don't know why we've lost. Can you hear me now? Yeah, I can now. I thought you'd gone a bit quiet, and I didn't realise.
Had you turned it off?
No, well, I don't know why. It just sort of dropped out for some reason, but I turned mine off and back on again, and then it reconnected. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
How's the seat feeling then? what they class as the touring seat for the pillion. They showed me it at one of the dealers, and it's basically the same width, but it's slightly longer. So obviously it's in the front would start in the same position, but it would be slightly longer going backwards. Do you feel
to
like
give you a bit of space?
You feel like your bum's hanging off the back of that seat? Would you feel like you would benefit if it was any longer?
No, I don't really think so. It's all right.
No. I mean, you're not going to be on for hours and hours anyway, but
we only do an hour or so, don't we?
It seemed odd that they'd done a touring
and it wasn't
seat.
Much cushion, more cushion than anything.
It seemed to be the same thickness. So unless it was filled with something that might
be a bit softer,
feel a little bit more comfy, but I couldn't really say that you could really feel much difference. The only difference was it was about 2 inches longer going backwards. So
it only give you a little bit more room because I'm snug at the bottom, but I'm not that snug that it worries me.
No.
It's all right.
It'd probably be about $400 anyway, so we'll not bother.
No.
So we're just about 2 weeks into spring now, and we're just starting to get some nice days creeping in. I think most of this week is quite nice. It was lovely yesterday, so we're still getting the odd kind of miserable day or rainy day or whatever, but we might get 3 decent ones and then a couple of bad ones.
Well, the temperatures are nicer, aren't they?
Temperatures are nice, yeah. It's actually gone to 25 now. So this is really spring and autumn, I suppose, are the nicest parts of the year in WA, because it's not too hot and it's not particular, it doesn't really get cold.
We have rode down here before now and had kangaroos right at the side of us at night, haven't we?
We have. We used to live just over to the right.
Just over there.
Kind of over that way.
A bit further in, but just over there on that estate.
So I've got to say that initial impressions, I mean, it's not like we're off on a 3-month trip, but as far as a bike for maybe weekends away or evenings out with the missus or whatever, this is certainly every bit as good, I would say better really, than the Breakout in terms of a 2-up bike. So if you're pondering over a Rocket and considering the fact that the missus might go on the back, I think it would be very fair to say you don't need to spend any more money on fancy seats, or I'd go with the GT rather than the R, if that's going to be your intention, but there's no more money required. It's a good 2-up option as standard, the GT. And I don't doubt you could probably put the backrest from the GT on the R, but then you're into spending more money.
Goats there? And sheep? I think they were goats. They might have just been sheep. Were they goats or were they sheep? Very well shorn sheep.
I don't know, I didn't see where you were looking, babe.
To the left.
Oh.
Doing here? Something else happening here.
Always doing road works, aren't they?
Putting new fencing up, maybe.
Seem to be building flyovers everywhere in Perth at the moment.
Yeah.
It's like they discovered, like about 5 years ago, somebody went to another country and saw a flyover and thought that's a good idea, and they've come
on every
back
road junction
and convinced the council.
How complicated they're making it. The painters must spend bloody weeks doing all this.
Yeah.
Look like public toilets.
the Waze just saying you're not going the way I want you to go.
Okay. Getting on the outskirts of Whiteman, are we now?
Yeah, this is the edge of Whiteman Park, which anybody visiting Perth should have a trip to Whiteman Park.
The Motor Museum as well.
But yeah, this field on the left here is, no, I can see kangaroos under that tree there. There's always,
oh yeah,
always kangaroos.
Catch it on the camera.
I don't know whether the GoPros will pick them up, but they're under the trees.
There's
there.
loads of them there,
Yeah.
down the lines of the fence.
When we turn left at these lights, yeah, there's a tree over there with loads, absolutely loads.
I hope they're not too far away. God, there's loads on that one as well. Always covered in kangaroos, these, aren't they? These fields.
So we've actually agreed a sale on the Harley. Nothing's happened, no money's changed hands. The guy lives, he must be about, where's Esperance, Angie? About 4 hours away, obviously south. We've been to Esperance.
Is it 4, 6 hours?
It's probably about 7 hours away actually, Esperance. Yeah, no, it's more than, yeah, it is. Anyway, he lives down that way. So he's in the throes of organising, maybe flying up and riding the bike back, or organising a trailer. And oh, red light camera reported ahead. So yeah, he's trying to organise transport, so I'm taking it all with a bit of a pinch of salt for the time being. People say things and don't do the same things, but it looks like the Harley is provisionally sold, which will be a sad day, a very sad day. So this area we're driving through at the moment is called Stratton, and will take us up and through Swan View, where some very good friends of ours live in Swan View. Got a right old burble when you come off the throttle, this, hasn't it? Have you noticed?
Yeah, it sounds a little bit like the Harley, doesn't it?
It's quiet when you're accelerating, and as soon as you come off the throttle and you're slowing down, it's got a right old pop and burble, which is good. I like that. Gives it a bit of character.
Getting a slight numb bum now.
Oh, what do you say?
I said I'm getting a slight numb bum now.
Slight numb bum. Well, you're about 50 odd minutes in, I'd say now.
Well, it's only because I'm not used to it, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'd say this seat is every bit as comfy as the Harley seat, for me.
Well, I just can't, it's that long since I've been on the back of a bike that I can't remember it, so. You need a lot of guts in your bike to carry us two up here, don't you?
No idea what this thing will do, babe. The engine in this bike is a lot bigger than the engine in the BMW.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Just moved over here with her husband. You probably don't know who I mean.
No, I don't.
She used to sing. She's got sort of longish ginger hair. It's beautiful houses.
Great Eastern Highway, and this is the route that a lot of the big trucks that are going up north, the massive, great big machines that work the mines, go up this road, and quite often they fill both lanes, and they're accompanied by a pilot front and rear, and they cause a lot of these tailbacks. Whoops. Which is a pain. If you just happen to get stuck in one of them, that's it. You're there for the duration.
They do occasionally pull over and let people pass round a bit, don't they? But
yeah, well, they tend to cause havoc first, don't they?
yeah. Well, they've got to keep moving because they can only do so many hours a day, can't they? They stop them at a certain time, don't they?
You'd think they'd do it mainly in the night, though, wouldn't you?
I don't think they can drive them at night for some reason. Don't know what the reason is, but you'd think they'd do it out of time, but they might be wrong.
I don't know.
When you've been watching the programmes occasionally, they say they've got to be off the road for a certain time.
Ah, there's the truck. Thought there would be one, and like Angie said, it looks like it's pulled in to let everybody past.
Depends where they've got pull-ins to be able to do it, isn't it?
A Tonka.
One of them all the little boys want to drive when they get big.
So this cafe we're going to is called a patch of country in a town called Mundaring. So it's kind of up in the hills. We've been coming here for years. It's a nice little privately owned cafe with just real nice food, but it fairly recently changed hands, and we don't know too much about the new owners. And the last time we came here, we had a bit of a strange situation that I'll tell. It's a story best told on the way back, I think that. So we had a bit of a weird experience, and we're giving it another chance because it would be a shame to stop coming here, because it's a nice cafe. So we'll give it another go, and I'll tell you the rest of the story when we're on the way back. No parking.
No parking. Oops.
We could park there, couldn't we? Okay, so lunch done. Really, really nice. We had a slightly less than ideal experience the last time we went to that particular cafe, but that was excellent. Every bit as good, if not better, than it's always been. So where there was a slim possibility that it might be slipping down the ranking, no, it's back up there. Very good. Enjoyed that, and it was healthy, so there you go.
Maybe the sauce wasn't too healthy, but everything else on there was.
There wasn't much sauce, was there? It was pretty damn healthy.
It's only a drizzle.
Yeah.
Beautiful day, isn't it?
It's perfect. It's actually showing 26.5 degrees now.
It's probably gonna get hotter than that here, because it said 27 just in Perth, and we're up in the hills, so it'll be hotter here, won't it?
Does the backrest feel any different then, Angie? It's a little bit higher now.
Yeah, it's good.
Does that feel better?
Yeah, probably a touch, yeah. But even low, it was good.
Okay.
It's only to stop you feeling like you might slide off if you pull away a bit faster than normal, you know?
Yeah.
Not that you do, but you always sort of feel that it might happen one day.
Yeah. It's just something, isn't it, to hold you.
A bit of security. Is he going home?
No, not yet.
No
Not
big
yet.
vehicles in the way this way.
So we just had a very brief discussion in the cafe there about the pillion aspects of this bike, and we have come to the conclusion that it's every bit as good, almost certainly better than the Harley. Well, it is better than the Harley, there's just more room. So anybody, as I said earlier, that's considering one of these and wondering whether they could get away with weekends away with the missus or the girlfriend without telling the missus, yes, you could.
As long as you can afford the divorce afterwards. Doing this a lot now. I like that stonework at the side of the road. It looks quite good rather than a load of crap. Must be coming up to a takeaway here, because there's a load of where the Shire takes all the crap away.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's piles of crap everywhere.
Okay.
Just so that people in the UK understand.
Oh, you mean a roadside collection?
That's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah, takeaway. Wonder what you was on about.
Well,
Yes, that's an Australian thing. Every now and then, is it about 3 times a year? Twice a year?
at least, yeah, twice a year probably.
Most suburbs, some suburbs don't do it, but a lot of suburbs do, and you just basically pile all your crap out the front of the house and they send a big wagon round and they collect all the crap. It's basically so that people don't hoard all sorts of old shit that just becomes a fire risk.
We get the option of a skip, don't we, in our Shire?
Yeah, in our suburb we don't have those, but we get the option of a free little skip if you've got anything to get rid of. Police reported ahead, so we might have a speed camera here on the left somewhere. There it is. Can you see it, the little black tripod?
Oh,
Been waiting to show you. That's a speed camera. That's a hidden speed camera. Now the people, all the UK contingent that are watching this will never have seen those before, because in Western Australia they don't have to give you any indication of where speed cameras are. There's no stripes across the road or signs put out or anything. They hide them, and you don't know until it's too late. And it's very frustrating when they catch you for doing 4 or 5 Ks over the limit, or whatever it is, just a tiny bit. They give you a little bit of allowance, but it is just a real tiny bit. Hence, I like to have Waze on, because it tells you. Not that I ever speed, obviously, but if Angie distracts me in some way with some tantalising bit of conversation.
Wondered what you're going to say then.
You don't want to get nabbed for just a few Ks over.
Call it up here.
Yeah, they do, yeah. If you look over there, how everything seems to be very flat, that's hence the name. People who live in the hills refer to people who, they live down on flats, they do. Well, they probably don't do it with a Yorkshire accent like that, but anyway.
That's a nice house, isn't it? I wonder what that was before.
It's almost over, because I think there was a railway here at one time, wasn't there? So it's almost like it's overlooking the railway, like it might have been the station keeper's house or something. This is West Swan Road, which takes you through the Swan Valley. Excuse me. A lot of wineries and such like down here.
Gelato Cafe. Oh, we've not visited that before.
No.
Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, chocolate factory, yeah. Go in and get fruit samples in there.
It's chocolate's not on your diet, darling.
No, I know that. I mean, I'm not interested in that sort of thing. There's a cobra just past us there.
No, I missed that.
Yeah, I think it would be a replica. I don't think there's any real cobras. That guy that was restoring one that we worked for, not restoring one, building a kit cobra. He said there's no, I don't know whether he's right, but he said there's no real cobras in WA, they're all replicas. That's a nice pub on the right there, the Henley Brook.
Yeah, it is. Let's go in on there, don't know what's there, I've not been in that one. That looks nice on opposite as well. Oh, that's a big Angus cow on the left, isn't it? I don't know, it's not Angus, but he's got big horns. Angus have got long fur, haven't they?
It was a horny cow.
It was a horny cow, yeah. A bit like our dog.
We've certainly got a horny dog. Sid, our little puppy Staffy, who is now almost 10 months old actually, in 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 4 days, he's 10 months old. Is a great big bucket of trouble, but he's a very horny little thing. He's got a fluffy bed that he loves dearly, and he makes mad passionate love to it many times a day. It's probably the luckiest bed in Western Australia.
Don't know about that, half its stomach's gone now. It's slowly making its way to the bin on Thursday.
Yeah, it is. He pulls a hole in it.
He doesn't realise it yet, but he's lost her forever.
Yeah, he pulls a hole in it, he rips a hole in it, and then he slowly starts pulling the stuffing out. We pick it up and throw it away. And
mended it.
We did stuff the stuffing back in it a few times, and Angie sewed it back up, but he just makes another hole or pulls the stitches out and pulls some more stuffing out. So we've been slowly throwing it away, and it's getting less and less body in it. And but he loves it, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's not as bothered about his little fluffy ones, is he? But
We got him a new one, a nicer one.
and he still prefers the old
and he
smelly
prefers
one.
the old one. He drags the old one round the house, and he slept in the old one right at the side of the new one, didn't he, last night?
Yeah. But it's going to have lost all its stuffing soon, isn't it?
Yeah,
Next to
yeah.
nothing left in it.
Cruise control is also very easy to access and set on this bike, which is nice. It's something that I use a lot. I know a lot of people don't use it at all, but you don't have to turn it on and set it. You kind of click the button twice, that's it, done. Very, very easy. And seems to work very well. It holds a real nice steady speed.
Getting a numb thumb holding this.
Just put it down by your side or put it in your other hand for a bit.
I don't want to drop it, babe. You know how clumsy I might be. Getting a numb bum now.
29 degrees now.
Ooh, only said it was going to get to 27, I think. No, 28 it said.
Okay, so we're almost home, so I think I'll wrap this one up for today. The purpose of this was to try the bike as a 2-up pillion machine, and I'm very happy that as far as I'm concerned it's passed with flying colours. Are you happy, Angie?
Yeah, it's fine.
So thank you for joining us at Handlebars and Holidays once again. Hope it's been of some use to some people. So take care and ride safe. Say ta, Ange.
Bye.
Bye.